Foot and mouth disease has been identified at 22 locations in KwaZulu-Natal. The Agriculture Department says it is close to determining the extent of the spread of the disease. The outbreak was first confirmed in a district municipality there. Minister Thoko Didiza joins me now to give us an update on the very latest on this issue. Minister, thank you for your time and good morning to you. What's the very latest that you can tell us? We know that 22 locations, where this FMD has been detected.
Good morning to you and your listeners this morning. Indeed, the first case of FMD in KZN was detected in the tip tank in Ntubatuba in one of the communal areas, and it then spread. We found that it has spread to a number of locations, as you have correctly said, 22 locations now. What we have done, therefore, to quarantine and make sure that we do a lot of testing and surveying how far the disease has gone, we've actually cordoned off the areas of King Cetshwayo district, Zululand district, and Mkhanyakude. This would allow veterinarians to actually test and see how many animals are affected and be able to create a possibility for those who may need to slaughter at an early stage or send their animals for actually slaughtering in other slaughterhouses.
Right. Minister, I also understand you've already put in place a movement protocol and permit system. What does this entail, actually?
What this entails is that after we've tested animals and we found that none of them are actually impacted upon, when farmers apply for moving their animals out of the disaster management area that has been declared, we're able to give them a permit to be able to move their animals, such that, at the points where we've put our operation centers to actually prevent the movement of animals, that farmer will be allowed to move with their animals with that permit. It also ensures that farmers who want to take their animals to abattoirs, which may be outside of the area or within the area, they are able to do so with the movement protocol that we've put in place.
Do you have the number so far of permits that you have allocated?
Well, we do have the numbers. About 11,000 permits for those who, who want to move their pigs have actually been given out. We've also given out to farmers, which involves about 3,000 head of cattle, those that want to move their cattle to slaughterhouse. I may not have all the detail as I'm sitting here with you, but that can be forwarded to you. So we have been giving permits to those farmers who need to move their animals. And one of the things we make sure we do is to ensure that those animals are tested and they are not carrying any, FMD, which can actually pose a threat to other herds of animals outside the area.
So what then are the consequences for those found without the necessary permission for movement?
Well, in terms of the Animal Disease Act, actually those would be fined because they would have transgressed the legislation, and we are able to actually confiscate those animals because they're not supposed to move. It does pose a threat, and that's why we're asking our farmers in particular to really stick within the protocols and ensure that they too protect the movement of their animals in order to curtail the disease from moving from the area where currently is to those areas which are not affected.
Right. Minister, it also goes without saying that the recent, unrest within the province surely have caused some sort of, delay, whether it's in investigations for this particular FMD disease. I'm just keen to know, where the investigation process within the province is right now, even with those delays caused by the recent unrest.
I must agree with you that the recent unrest did impact on us negatively because our own veterinarian team were not able to move and do the investigations on time. And we may not know exactly how that, unrest affected us, which is why we are doing the testing within those disaster management area to make sure that at the moment we've contained the disease within the designated areas and nothing beyond. And we appeal to farmers to closely look at their animals. I mean, there are clinical signs that people can pick up to see that, you know, there's something wrong with the disease. We appeal to our private vets that work with commercial farmers, a majority of them, to also be on the lookout so that we can detect early when there's a problem outside of the 3 districts that I've managed to indicate have been affected.
All right, Minister, we'll have to leave it there, but thank you for talking to us this morning. Quite an important, conversation to have and note in terms of farming. That's agriculture and land reform Minister Thoko Didiza.